Greetings, beautiful beings. Rima here. So, I wanted to give you an update of what's been going on the past couple weeks. I've been feeling some resistance posting videos and truly being vulnerable and opening up on this YouTube channel. You know, as I've promised, I share my story with the highest truth and vulnerability of all that I am. And lately I've been hitting these barriers. I set this camera up and it's like I freeze. I can't. I have difficulties expressing how I'm feeling. And this has caused me to delay more and more and more with posting videos. Lately I have been really integrating my shadows, and a lot of emotions have been coming up to surface lately. A lot of emotions that have been suppressed, and I'm really meeting aspects of myself that I've never met before. Your shadow, my shadow is aspects outside of my persona. So my persona is who I am to the outside, whereas when I am meeting with aspects of myself outside of the persona, I'm meeting fragments of myself that I have suppressed and disassociated with by not feeling emotions. For so long I have been for so long I was prescribed on a medication, and the medication was Adderall. And this, for so long, about almost 10 years I was on this medication, and it stopped me from feeling, it stopped me from expressing my feelings, it suppressed my feelings, and it was a lot. It was, when I stopped this medication, these feelings didn't just instantly start to emerge. Rather, they slowly began to crawl to the surface, and I would deal with them. But now I'm getting these waves of emotions, these feelings, and even memories coming up to the surface for me, and they are calling for my attention. They want to be felt, they want to be understood, and most importantly, they want to be loved unconditionally. So with that being said, I was on Vyvanse more specifically, and it really stopped my connection to spirit. And spirit is unconditional love. And what Vyvanse or Adderall did was really it made me operate from a place of ego, a place of illusion. And now it's been several months since I've been off of this medication, and almost a year, and now I'm beginning to feel all the feelings that were suppressed in the 10 years, and even childhood, really, that have been under the surface. So, part of awakening, part of the path of light is accepting and integrating all fragments of yourself and really feeling and understanding who you are. With unconditional love and forgiveness. And lately I find myself reaching for something to eat to distract myself from feeling these emotions. I thought perhaps going plant-based, which I still hold true to, would stop these, this binge eating or this just overeating, but it hasn't. It's really brought to my attention that my cravings, my eating when I'm not even hungry stems from not wanting to deal, not wanting to feel what the emotions are coming up. And it's easy to give into instant gratification by reaching for something out of my pantry or out of the fridge. And another form of distraction I find myself doing is just being busy for the sake of being busy. You could be productive, but then you could just be busy with mindless errands. And that's what I also found myself doing. And it's been really intense. It's been a real getting to know me, and in every moment trying to recognize the root, the cause of the craving, the cause of the distraction that I am in, and these roots are calling for my attention. Another thing I have been really dealing with is the balance of my yin and yang. So before going to Peru, before Paititi Institute, I had a lot of masculine energy. I was a doer. It was do, go. And I was overly active, just a lot of masculine energy, a lot of yang energy. And, as I came back from Paititi, and you'll hear me mention Paititi Institute a lot on this channel, because it was a miracle. It transformed my life. It planted the seeds of my rebirth. And all of Paititi's information could always be found in the description below. So after I came back from Paititi Institute, I've been really tapped into my yin energy. I feel more, and which, again, accounts for my cravings and distractions, because before Paititi, I had a lot of yang energy, so it was do. But now with this yin energy, I'm feeling more. I'm feeling so much more. And, it is, with this yin energy, I have stepped back from my yang energy. And I find myself going, out of bed. I am right now, as I currently stand, in all truth, I am more yin than yang, and right now I am consciously making the efforts to balance the yin and yang. And I am, I'm finding the importance to be in union, to be in harmony with the yin and with the yang. And the several months I've been back, I've been really catering to my yin, being really intuitive, really tapping into my intuitive sense, and really taking time to be with self, to go inward. And with that being said, I haven't been doing a lot of physical activity, a lot of exercise lately, and that has caused some weight gain, in which is obviously expected, and that's a lesson within itself, because I've always dealt with like weight issues and self-body and self-image and all of that in my past. And to see myself with the weight I've put on, it takes a lot of forgiveness and a lot of unconditional love, you know, and a lot of affirmations to really accept and to be at peace with who I am now, with you know, how I look and who I am. And I still deal with insecurities, and you know, I've even, again, in all openness and truth, I've even stopped myself from going to familiar places simply because the fear of being judged. And I know that the judgments that I fear is just me judging me. You know, I know that the fears that I feel of judgment are all stemmed from me. I understand that. But with understanding, you know, it really takes courage. And, you know, as I stand now, I am balancing my yin and yang. You know, I am committed to moving my body more and to, you know, to be more productive, to get more done, and also honoring, you know, my feelings, feeling what's coming up from the surface, you know, recognizing my shadows, loving them, loving my shadows, because my shadows are a part of me. There's nothing wrong with me. Having shadows is just, everybody has shadows, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Shadows are just fragments of you, and they want to be fragmented. I mean, not fragmented, but they want to be integrated. They want to be, you know, they want to be whole with you, you know, with one. So, you know, that's that, you know, just feeling my emotions, and but also being productive, honoring my physical health as well as my spiritual health. And, you know, as I've, you know, since I've been back, I've been really focusing and having a lot of time, effort into my spirituality, and neglecting my my physical body, you know, and that goes with the yin and yang. And this was really brought to my attention on the new moon in Aquarius on the 24th. Was it the 24th? Yeah, the 24th. And I hold a sacred plant medicine ceremony on every new moon, and it helps to work with the spirit of Pachamama. It helps me to harness the energy and the essence of Mama Moon even more, to plant my seeds of intentions. So during this ceremony, it was intense, I must say. And, you know, what was brought to my attention was that, you know, I need to be in balance. I need to focus more on my masculine as much as I do with my feminine, and that I need to seek a community of support, because this work is not easy, you know, and being surrounded with people, like-minded people, that encourages and, you know, supports me on the path of light is what I need. And, you know, I've taken note, and that is something that I am now in search for, is just a community. But also, you know, I fast 24 hours before my plant ceremony, so I can best feel what is coming up, to best decipher and discern all the feelings, emotions, thoughts that are coming up. And I also fast 24 hours after for integration. So this particular ceremony was really intense, because, you know, my teacher always said, mentioned the wisdom of no escape. The only way out is through. So during this medicine plant ceremony, I felt myself very tired. I had so much difficulty even keeping my eyes open, and this has never happened on this particular plant. And the teachings, from my teacher, Roman from Paititi Institute, came to mind. Those feelings of, tiredness was from the ego, and the ego tried to distract me with the feelings of being tired, with the illusion of being tired, so I wouldn't deal with the emotions and thoughts coming up, because the ego doesn't like to go to places unknown. So another thing that my ego was doing was it was causing me to feel very, very cold. Now, mind you, my apartment was set at almost 80 degrees, and I was surrounded by candles, and I was layers on layers on layers, and I was freezing. It was freezing. It just goes to show like how powerful the ego can be if you are not mindful of its tricks. And with that being said, I didn't give in to the tiredness or the cold that I was feeling. I instead sat there in meditation and felt all of the feelings that were coming up. I observed and witnessed all the thoughts coming up. And I was receiving a lot of channeled messages from my guides and my angels, and a lot of which I've taken note. And since then I haven't I haven't given to my cravings. I haven't reached for something in the pantry to disguise or to cover up the feelings that have been arising. And also I've been a little more proactive in moving my body. And that night, that ceremony was really eye-opening. And I'm still even now integrating the lessons and what I learned from that ceremony. And of course I've planted my seeds for the new moon. And it's just, no one really talks about the healing process of a spiritual awakening. They don't really talk about the inner work that you do. And it's all in service. It's all in service to our shared heart. And right now I'm in the thick of my healing, and to really open up like I've never have before in the most vulnerable time of my life is really, it's a milestone. And like even now I'm thinking like, wow, I can't believe like I'm saying all this, like I said, like I've never really opened up about my personal life or my feelings to anybody. Not even, to a couple family members, yes, I have, but it's different because they're family. They're family. To open up to an audience on this ever-growing platform takes a lot of courage, and I'm truly walking in the unknown. And every day, every moment is a lesson, and every moment is a blessing, and every moment is a miracle, and this life is so precious. And honoring this body, honoring this vessel, this channel through my feelings, but also through my diet. And I'm going to post another video just on my transition and how it's been, because I've learned quite a lot since transitioning to a plant-based diet. Some good, some not so good. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for tuning in and, holding space as I talk about what's been happening in my life. Again, all I do is for a shared heart. This path of light is for all sentient beings. And I'm allowing the light within me really guide me right now. And it's not all rainbows and unicorns, I'll tell you that much. But this work is most rewarding. And I am thankful for each step, each lesson, each experience that this journey has brought me. I thank you so very much for tuning in. Until next time, may the light your path. May the spark of divinity within you light your path of liberation. I love you so much. Thank you.